Well, good morning on day 3 of Anthem of the Seas. Today we are going to be pulling into Port Canaveral. I'm going to be staying on this ship, exploring the ship a little bit more in detail, trying to figure out where everything is, because I still don't think I've really discovered that. I've gotten used to my homegrown spots, like where I like to go. Usually that happens on any sailing itself. But this time I need to go figure out where some things are, check out some other places, really just explore the ship a little bit more. I'm going to bring you along with that. With it going into port, this is a short stop. We're only here from noon till 9. So I'm not sure how many people are going to get off. So hopefully quite a bit, so I can at least be able to relax also on the pool deck for a little bit. But first thing, I'm going to have to head down to the next cruise desk because I'm booking a couple more cruises on this sailing just to get some onboard credit and whatnot. And then on top of that, I have a lunch at Jamie's Italian where I'll be trying basically everything else that I didn't get to the night before, or on night 1. And then not really sure where the afternoon's gonna go. There's no shows, nothing booked or anything like that. The one thing with this sailing was the We Will Rock You show that played yesterday, or I guess in the last video for you guys, is only playing twice on this sailing, and it was on the same day. So they had a 2 p.m. showing, and then they had like one, I think it was like 9 o'clock or something like that. And then on top of that, it's the same thing for the performance of The Gift. So The Gift is going to be on day 7, so I know I'm going to check that out as well. Other than that, I know I have the silent dance party, or the hush party, I should say. I think that's day 4. I'll have to confirm that in the cruise planner. And kind of just going with the flow at that point. So the shows are kind of limited onto their fixed days, so I've been making sure to like stick with those so I don't miss them, and then kind of go from there. So I screwed up yesterday with my North Star and iFly reservation by just not making it. So I'm going to have to check them out this morning too. Probably that'll be after I have lunch at Jamie's Italian, and then head up there, figure out when I can book that and see what my options are. But other than that, yeah, I think my next cruise reservation was for 10 o'clock. So I'm going to head down to Cafe 270, get a little light snack, and then just head over to the next cruise desk. And probably not going to bring you guys along for that portion of it because it's just going to be saying which sailings I'm going on, and then from there. But then from there, I'll bring you on to Jamie's Italian, and then we'll see where that goes from there. All right. Well, we're about an hour away from Cape Canaveral, and you can kind of see it in the background right now. Way out in the distance, you can see like the Kennedy Space Center and the launch facilities. But for right now, I got my iFly booked. I got my North Star booked for day 7, so I'm gonna have to remember that because it's not in the app. That was a part of the key, so far the key has actually been more beneficial than actually having the internet package. So I've been very happy with the deal that I got with it, and I think overall I'll do a separate video later in the cruise, just explaining the pros and cons of it and where the benefits are, more if you're a solo traveler versus a going as like a group or multiple people in the same sailing as you. So yesterday I didn't cover this, but I did bring enough COVID tests to do the at-home ones, just the rapid antigen, not like the proctored or anything like that, with me. So I have enough tests to cover me each day. I'm just making sure. So that's what's going on right here right now, and show you guys the results actually here. So it should probably only take about another minute or so. So I will come back with that when I go do the test itself. I'm always so nervous when I go to do these. So this one requires 4 drops. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 for the measure. Alright, that's just been enough for me to be negative again today. That's good. So we've slowed down a little bit here as we pull into Port Canaveral. Launch facilities and whatnot. Yeah, so like I said, I'm going to be staying on the boat. I'm going to have a quick shower and have Jamie's Italian this morning. Well, more for this afternoon for lunch. Then probably hang out on the pool deck for a bit, check out the rest of the ship, and see what else I can come up with for the day. Take a look at the cruise planner, see what else we got going on. But overall, well, it's at port. A lot of people do get off, so there's not as much on the ship to do. So. In the sense of like compared to when you're at sea, obviously. So I'm sure I'll find some things soon. I'll bring you guys along. So I'm gonna hop in the shower. But first, we got some friends. Okay, much better. So, looks like we're almost in the port here. Just kind of sucks for the timing that I made for my lunch reservation, but it is what it is. Let's take a closer look at Port Canaveral. See, post on in here. So yeah, head out to Jamie's Italian, have some lunch, and then probably relax on the pool deck for a bit, get some sun, darken up the skin a little, and go from there. So let's go to Jamie's Italian. So one of the opportunities on the Anthem of the Seas, or even so much the Quantum class ships for Jamie's Italian, is they actually have an outside venue as well. So right now we're at port, but I got the side that actually isn't facing in towards the port. I can't remember which orientation I have with the ship right now, if it's starboard or not. So with the lunch menu, which I will, unfortunately got helicopters flying by, I'll throw the lunch menu up onto the screen as well. But since I already had the dinner, I'm going to try a couple different things here this time around for the lunch. So I'm definitely gonna get the baked lasagna, the pan roasted salmon, and I'll probably do prawn linguine. I'm going to be having quite a bit. It's going to be a big lunch, that's for sure. So I'll wait till he gets back. We're going to order and go from there.
Alright guys, so I'm going to have to voice over this entire lunch. Unfortunately, there was a lot of construction going on in the background. They were pile driving steel beams into the ground, basically just on the other side of the port. So unfortunately, all my audio commentary was basically ruined. So let's try to remember this and go from there. So in the bottom portion of your screen is going to be the ultimate garlic bread. This is warm artisan buttermilk buns, herby garlic butter, veggie, parmesan, and rosemary. It is absolutely delicious. I would eat that all day. Followed by the top left, or my bottom right, is going to be the garlicky prawns. This is cooked with herby garlic butter, chili, and crunchy ciabatta. Absolutely fantastic. The sauce with it just brought it out really great. What I'm eating right now is going to be the black truffle artocchini. This is the crispy black truffle with mozzarella risotto balls with truffled bechamel for dipping. It is amazing. Actually, I would probably give that the second. It's kind of rough here. So garlic bread would eat all day, no problem. Okay, so I'm gonna go garlic bread followed by the black truffle, and then I would go with the garlicky prawns for the third place finisher. So the things that I didn't try here was going to be the famous meat plank. I didn't know really, and I should have asked basically how they portion size it out, and based on the amount of people at the table, they basically just increase it from there to make sure that everyone has an equal share, kind of thing like that. So I kind of wish I did that. It would have been a great for the video itself here. However, I was kind of scared that I wasn't going to be able to finish with my mains. So coming up for my mains, I will have that right now, and let's just jump right to that. You don't really need to see me stuffing my face anymore with this food here. Okay. All right, so for my first, well, I had three mains essentially. So I had a fresh pasta. This here is going to be Jamie's Italians, our famous prawn linguine. It is garlicky prawns, tomato, shaved fennel, chili, and arugula. It is amazing, really warm flavor to it. It does pack a little bit of heat with it. However, it is absolutely amazing and delicious. This here is going to be the smaller portion. So with the fresh pasta, you are capable of asking for a smaller portion than the regular one, because they normally would give it to you as a main if you didn't ask for it this way. So just bear that in mind. Any of the pastas you can get as a smaller portion. This is still a fairly large one. However, it is absolutely amazing and fantastic. Moving on, we do have two more mains, which I will cover off right now. All right, so for closing in for my mains, what I'm holding here is the baked lasagna. Now this is slow cooked beef and pork with herbs and wine baked in an oozy bechamel sauce with tomatoes, mozzarella, and parmesan. Followed by, on the left side of your screen that I'm just poking at right there, that's going to be the pan roasted salmon. It is a sustainable salmon with rich shellfish, tomato, and white wine stew, topped with garlicky aioli. Absolutely fantastic. Now, one of the things to note, this is going to be the portion sizes that you would normally get if you ordered the mains. The baked lasagna is very rich and very thick. It is very full with that slow cooked beef and pork into it. So that's something just keep in mind. If you are a heavy eater, you'll have no problem with this. If you are a light eater or more portion controlled yourself prior to coming onto a cruise and don't really stuff your face, just stick with the lasagna. Don't get anything else, because if you were to, you're going to fill up very quickly with this one. It is absolutely delicious and fantastic. I will highly recommend it. However, it's just something to keep in mind if you are going to try other things onto the menu. Just maybe even ask for a smaller size if they do offer it, or just know that you're only going to have a small portion of it before trying other things as well. So just bear that in mind. And now, after finishing this dinner, I believe I'm going to head up towards the pool deck to relax at the solarium. So let's head on over to that.
All right, so I'm not gonna pretend like I am about to go take a 20-minute nap. That food was absolutely amazing. I'm not sure right now, but more likely you're gonna hear a lot of like voiceover for a lot of that, because there's a lot of background noise and whatnot throughout the entire the entire dinner. Or lunch, I should say, while they were doing some work somewhere in that direction there. and then helicopters flying by and whatnot. Like, it was nice to be able to eat outside, but super annoying. So hopefully I didn't have to do a lot of voiceover for it, because I'm gonna have to try to remember for it quite a bit, or maybe I'll just have to make do and make it work. But other than that, so far it's been a great experience on Anthem of the Seas. We've had lunch now at Jamie's Italian, and tonight's gonna be Wonderland. But I'm gonna head up, put away some cameras, and probably I'm gonna go head up to the pool deck, I think, at this point. Maybe check out the solarium. So let's figure out where that is at. All right, so up in the solarium, enjoying it on my Long Island. I think ultimately, just a quick nap. Might go down to the pool in a bit. And So I went over to the music hall for the Majority Rules, and unfortunately it was a shorter show than I thought it was going to be, so it ended pretty quickly. So I didn't really have a chance to videotape anything in there. So I headed over to the casino, took back some of what I had won last night. I'm going to stop off, grab a drink at the pub, and go from there. So, spent, what was it? Last hour and a half just hanging out at the pub. You don't really record anything at this point. Just going to go out, probably drink for a bit. They had the SpaceX launch tonight that hopefully get to see. So if that is going to occur, I'll try to bring out the camera, see at least capture that a little bit. But if not, I will see you guys all tomorrow.
So this one was a little bit special for me, given that this was an actual manned mission up to the International Space Station, and that there was a Canadian on board. So that was a little bit of a unique experience. I've been to Florida a couple times now. This is the first launch I've actually gotten to see. Unfortunately, it was at night, so all we really got to see is exactly what you're seeing on your screen there, is just a glowing fireball into the sky. You do see the booster separation. However, you don't unfortunately get to see the landing on the drone ship. However, overall, it was a great experience, and I'm glad I stayed up for it.
Okay, so I'm not sure if you're going to see it a whole lot. So I just ended up watching my first SpaceX launch, which had a Canadian, 2 Americans, and an Israeli on the SpaceX Dragon going out to the International Space Station. So watching it from the back of the ship, I had to wait till god-awful hours of the night, 3:57 I think it was when it launched, but luckily got to see it, got to see the separation, didn't see the full landing, got to see the landing burn. So I'm really nerding out right now, which I'm very happy with. So I'm going to go to bed. Luckily I've already ordered room service for the morning for breakfast, and I'll see you guys all in the morning.